After completing Ganryu recently on the Neo Geo, I just want to run through my gameplay experience and show you all the different boss battles, the way I tackled the bosses, and some glitches and secrets that I found. So here we are with the stage 1 boss, and the best way of killing, well, the fastest way of killing the first stage boss, I think, is using Musashi here. His slash attack is very powerful against the first stage boss, and so what you want to do is try not to collect any power-ups on your run through with him. The first boss, you can see the kind of pattern they use for dodging, and when the head appears, there's some projectiles to jump over. The head will drop down, you can jump over the head or slide under the head and then hit them from the back, so that's a pretty effective technique. And the next part of this, I'm going to show you the boss using Suzume. Now what you can do is use exactly the same technique with Suzume, or what I've done here is you can actually collect Suzume's secondary weapon during stage 1, which are 2 projectiles that you can see her throwing out there. And what that enables you to do on this boss is you can also just literally stand in one place, which I'm doing now, and fire the projectiles from there to kill the boss. It will take a little bit long because they're not as powerful as the primary weapons, but it just goes to show another technique of killing the first stage boss. Maybe a little bit easier if you do a bit of better dodging than I'm doing here in this video, but yeah, there's loads of different ways of killing bosses, so it's just a video showing you the different boss patterns and what to expect when you come across them. We're going to move on to stage 2. Now before we do the stage 2 boss, what I found is a great extra life during stage 2, so I'm going to show you the location of that. And it was a complete fluke, randomness really. When I was walking through the stage, I jumped and she seemed to attach herself to the background. So take a look at how this works. You just walk through the first part of stage 2, then you drop down into the underground cavern. And when you get near halfway through the cavern, you're going to see in the background, you're going to see part of what's like a cliff or a tree, I guess. I'm not really sure what it is. But it's definitely part of the background, and it wouldn't appear that you could do anything with it. But if you simply jump, the character Suzume or Musashi will attach themselves to the rock face, and there it is there. You just jump, and then you can jump again up into the ceiling, and that will take you into a secret room. Just move to the right, to the left, and then there's the box with the extra life in it. And I thought that was really cool, so yeah. Okay, so here's the stage 2 boss. Just going to give you an idea of the boss pattern and the technique I used. There is a better way of killing the boss, and if you can get into a nice rhythm of the boss moving from side to side and you just hit it once. If you check the link in the description below, there's a great YouTuber who did a video called Gegs on boss battles, and shows you great patterns for how to kill the bosses. So check the link in the description below for even better boss battles than what I'm achieving. So yeah, just using the slash attack, and you can see the boss's various different projectiles. I always try and stay as close to the boss as possible, so it does help in some bosses. You can avoid projectiles and things it throws out. Stage 3 boss is similar. You want to stay as close to that pink part of it as possible. When you see the steam coming out of its mouth, it's time to move and dodge, and then kill those caterpillars that come from the top of the screen. If you stay as close as possible to that pink thing that you're slashing, you avoid these spike balls that come out. I missed them first time, but if you stay a little bit closer, they'll go right over your head and you can avoid them quite easily. So all the while making sure when you see the steam or the smoke coming out of the boss's mouth, move over to the left side of the screen, jump, kill the caterpillars, and then back in there with a close quarters hit. Shouldn't take too long, but it takes a little bit of practice. Okay, we're going to move on to one of the most interesting glitches I found. Now this is incredible. So did this completely by accident. I was swinging through these vines or poles that come up from the ground, And on the second, there's 2 sections of them, and it doesn't really matter where you do this, but I found on the second to last pole, I was falling off the screen, but I grabbed late, and this happened. This cutscene came on, and then lo and behold, I was teleported to the end of level boss. So I skipped out the rest of the level completely. And I don't know if this is a secret or a glitch. I asked another YouTuber, and it happened to them as well. So it's something that definitely seems to be some sort of glitch in the game. So you can see here I'm teleported to the end of stage boss. And here it is again, but I'm going to do this on the first set of the poles this time. And notice the height of the pole when it comes out of the water when the glitch happens. It comes all the way over to the top of the screen. And I think that's what triggers it. I think that's the important thing of getting this glitch to work, is that the pole has to be all the way to the top of the screen, and you have to grab at the very bottom of the pole just as you're falling off of screen. You're using your grapple at that last second. So I've tried this a couple of times to try and replicate it, and I've found exactly that's the exact sweet spot that you need. So I'm going to show a couple of examples of me failing. So you can see here me swinging through. The pole hasn't reached the top of the screen, but I'm grabbing too late and I'm dying. Here's another example again. So it's quite tricky to get, but when you hit that sweet spot, just like in this one here again now, the pole's at the top of the screen and I just managed to grab it, and then in comes the cutscene, and yeah, that's how to do it. Okay, so let's pretend that you don't do the glitch and you completely pass over the poles and to go through the rest of the stage. I found there's an extra life on this stage, so here's how to get it. Just continue on as normal, climb up a little bit to this section here, and then start to swing across using your grapple here. You want to make sure you get to this section of the stage up here. It's the easiest route through, and then rope down all the way, jump all the way down to the beach where you see the big footprint where the end of level boss has trampled onto the beach, and then keep continuing to the right of the screen until you come across the trampled town, and in the trampled town continue again all the way to the right to the farthest bit of the right of the screen that you can go until you see this hostage here, and this hostage is holding the extra life. And that's it. So yeah, let's move on to the boss itself here now. The stage 4 boss has a couple of different maneuvers and weapons that it fires against you, so let's take a look at them. What you want to do is that one that you see on its head, the blue one on the head, glows up. You want to get behind the head of the boss, because the rocks, the meteors come down from the sky, and when it disappears off screen, get ready to duck because it sweeps back with its large fist. So just kind of watch the technique and try and see what the patterns are with this boss. The other weapons it has, it's when the mouth opens, get ready to jump because it fires out some meteors from its mouth. And then also the last one is the fire attack. It fires some lava spikes at you. All the while remembering when it goes off screen, there's the potential of it swarming back with its fist to hit you. So get ready to duck whenever you see the boss go off screen. These are quite fairly simple to dodge. Wait for them to fire down onto the ground, and then they blow up into the air, so it gives you plenty of time to maneuver and dodge them. And the best time to attack, I mean, you'll always certainly get a free hit on the boss as soon as he comes onto the screen if he's not charging at you with his fist. So as soon as his head appears, you'll more often than not get a chance to hit him, so take that as an opportunity to take his life down a little bit. These fire columns that come down will get faster and faster throughout the boss's life, so when you get closer to killing him, you'll find that they shoot out a lot quicker, so be wary of that also. But just a few more patterns and rinse and repeat, and he'll be gone in no time. I mean, you'll probably be better at me skill-wise, but my dodging there wasn't very good, so I'm sure anyone could probably do a lot better than me. So final boss here now is another boss that you really want to get right up close to, right next to. These fire meteors that come from the sky will dodge you if you're right down next to his left or right foot. So crouch down. He fires a couple of rings around him. There's a red one and a blue one. When the red one appears, it means this fire dragon is about to appear. So center yourself a little bit and the fire dragon will go around you. I've not found a way of dodging these skulls. I don't know where to stand to dodge those, though. That's the only time I really get hit damage quite a lot. Other than that, the fire dragon's pretty easy to dodge if you're in the right place. So yeah, make sure you're just really up close to him and just rinse and repeat, and he'll be gone in no time. He's actually a lot easier than the stage 4 boss in my opinion. And that's it. That's the end of the game really. So you'll see Suzume's ending now. And what I've done, I've tacked on to the end of this video also a video of me doing the stage 5 boss using Musashi also, just as an alternate view. Again, check out the link in the description below for a great example of good techniques to use when doing these end of stage bosses by the YouTuber in the description below. I found it very helpful as well following filming this video, so it's made my gameplay of playing Ganryu a lot more fun, a lot easier as well. The first time I ever played this game, I never thought I'd get past the stage 1 boss. It actually killed me, but a lot. So looking at the techniques employed in the strategies of how to dodge them comes in really handy. The stages themselves aren't really too bad. The only big problem in this whole game with going through the stages is the way that the ninjas appear out of thin air, and they can damage you when you're not aware of them. So that's the only downside to the difficulty of the game at times. But other than that, it's a fun game to play through, not too difficult, not as difficult as I thought it was. So certainly one to let everyone have a try on. Give it a go. You will enjoy it. And yeah, obviously there's a little bit of replay value. You've got 2 characters to choose from, and it's interesting, the storyline of each character is different. Every cutscene has their own dialogue, so Musashi will have his own dialogues with the enemies throughout the game, and so will Suzume. So yeah, it's worth playing the game through with both characters. They have different attributes, they get different weapon power-ups. Musashi's slightly taller as well. Suzume's shorter, so she's better better attacking lower enemies. So a great game overall, but yeah, play it yourself, enjoy it. I hope you find this boss battle secrets video helpful. Stay tuned, and I'll try and post some more videos whenever I can. So thanks for watching, bye for now.